Hello and welcome to episode 145.
It is indeed.
How are you, Beej?
I'm good.
What
You're-
a sunny
you're-
day. What?
You're looking well.
I'm looking
That's all I
well.
was going to say.
I'm feeling even better.
Are you?
We are on fire here at Hearns this week, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's been super cool.
It's been pretty busy. A lot of visitors.
It is. We've got some stuff happening all over Australia, which is really exciting at the minute.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll touch on that probably in a bit, won't we?
We will do. So different events.
Different events.
Yep.
Who have we got in the studio? Who's watching today?
Oh, let's have a look.
We even got
We
a
do
couple of
have-
special guests today.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
Couple of special ring-ins.
So Craig Jones says hello.
Hey, Craig.
Dave says these episodes have been cut short lately.
Are they? I
Are they?
feel that
What
we've been
do you
going like
mean
an
by
hour and
that?
a half. I think we're going for an hour and a half every time.
Yeah, feels that way. I've got a guess already.
Have
So
we?
we'll get to that in a second. Say hello, Tony P. Tony P says good afternoon.
Tony P's watching.
All right.
He's probably
All right.
slaving away in the office, hating life.
So you're chomping at the bit, mate. So
Car of the week,
yeah,
if you can call it a car.
carriage of the week.
Or vehicle of the week.
Mm-hmm. Machine of the week.
Motor vehicle.
Hmm.
What is it?
Well,
It's a little bit iconic.
it is. Bit
A
of history to it.
little bit of history.
Hmm.
And I'm glad that you know all about it.
I know a bit about it.
All about it, you said.
A
You
little-
said,
little
I
bit.
know all about this.
I know the few details that we need to know.
So we need to know the make, the model, the color.
Yep. So there's a little bit of
And I'm pretty sure it's not light black.
not like bleach black,
Not light black. It's not light black.
very light black.
Could be. Not saying anything else. I don't want to
It's
give it
all about
away.
degrees, right?
I don't want to give it away.
All right, so we'll get back to that. So what have we got now?
Got 9 Steps Boss Man in there. Anthony.
Yep.
Hello to everybody and welcome. All right. What have we got on? Let's kick it off. What do you want to talk about?
How about let's look at something new?
Something new.
Something new. All right.
Right.
We got these new comic items, which I thought were quite interesting.
You know, I've been busting to build me an army of these. What have we got?
So these are actually from Blood Bowl, which is like the football game.
Blood Bowl?
So this is like a football team.
Is it?
So Cromlech have created these.
Hmm.
So you can pick, one is called the Champiorks,
The Champion.
and the other one is the, what is it? Gobbo Brawlers of Dark Forest.
I'll take the Champions, I think.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
I've got these ones. These got fantasy balls on them as well.
Ah, so you didn't tell me about the fantasy. I got fantasy balls too.
Oh, you have two. They're different shaped. What are fantasy balls? Well, let's see. Let's go to the overhead.
Let's go to Overhead Town.
Yep. And then we'll be able to see what all the
What are the
fuss.
what are the fuss or the commotion?
Well, we've created commotion.
Have
Here's-
we?
Here's the fantasy balls right there. Okay, so let's turn it over to this side.
So were you telling me
Get a
that
full
all
team.
these fellows,
Yeah.
if I can call them that, come in here?
Yeah, you get the full set.
Really?
And Cromlech's also released a stadium, a laser cut wooden stadium that you can play these in. Huge, absolutely huge. And they'll be coming in the future.
I say that you should get to work now.
What, build what? A stadium?
Why not?
Oh, I could do.
For grand final day,
Oh yeah, they'll be here by grand final day.
the Orc kickoff.
That's it. So these ones are the Gobbo Brawlers.
Gobbo Brawlers.
They see do carrying a ball
So
there.
do you know their names? Do they have names, or is it
That
up?
could be John,
John?
Mick.
Yep.
Oh no,
Kevin.
Kevin.
He looks like a Kevin.
How about Bruce?
Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen a Bruce that looks like that.
No?
No.
Maybe it's not Bruce. Maybe I got it wrong.
You could
Well,
have.
what do you got? You got
What have
something
I
a bit
got?
different.
I have got Orc as well. Cromlech Champiorks. They
Champions.
sound like winners if ever I've heard of
They
them.
do, don't they? Well,
So-
look at the armor on them. They're pretty kitted up.
Chunky. They're ready to take it.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. I don't know. They look excitable.
They do, don't they?
What kind of noise does an orc make?
I don't know. I'm lost for words.
Is it?
Yeah,
I was hoping that you might. I was
familiar
hoping-
with the culture that well, so I've never really met an orc.
I was hoping that you might like break into a bit of song and dance for us.
Really?
No, you didn't fall for it.
No, no. I can't speak lingo, so it's going to be pretty
Really?
hard for me to sing.
You don't speak Orcish.
No, not at all. Look at that. They've even got the little logo.
That is fantastic. So this is the latest offering from Cromlech,
It is.
and we just had a fresh restock this week, didn't we?
We did indeed.
Let's go back to the front on 10. So a fresh restock of Cromlech.
Yep.
And it has been flying at the shelves, isn't it? It's
It
sort
has.
of really building momentum, this brand.
That's right.
We've had it for 6 months now,
I would say that. That sounds about right.
and week on week, it's sort of turning over more. More people are coming in just for that.
Well, there's so many accessories.
They
So-
bust in the door and say, "Show us your Cromlech."
That's
Like,
right.
"Oh."
There you go. It's all over there. And then they spend half an hour looking through everything
That's right, don't they?
because there's so much to choose from.
They like to forage and
Yes.
ferret.
Yep.
Ferrets. Ferret for orcs.
Orc ferret.
There's a
So I
new
thought
one.
they were pretty cool. So if you're into Blood Bowl, then these are perfect. Awesome stuff.
That's all I've got to say about that.
Is it? There we go. All right, so there's Cromlech.
Is there any guesses on
We
the
have
car
got
of the week?
guesses on this vehicle.
What have we got?
All right. So,
I'm back.
all right. Anthony says it's a bus. That's a bit generic though. Okay, so it is a bus, but that's
Well-
not, won't give you any points.
It's a
That one?
giveaway that it does say bus on the side.
Oh, does it?
It does in big
Oh,
letters.
in that case,
It
how
says
about
bus.
Anthony's back again? He said Bedford school bus.
Well, but there's got to be some
Well,
points there.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
specifically a school bus, but that might have been one of the things it did.
But it is a bus,
It is a bus.
and it is a Bedford.
It is. Well, it's a.
So you can't give it away. It's a Bedford platform.
That's it.
Yeah?
That's it. That's
So-
it. So there's something a bit more specific about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's very Australian.
Yes.
Yeah?
Very what?
Australian.
I couldn't understand the accent.
No.
So, Silly Snot. It's got a great name.
Silly Snot.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Do you remember when that comes out the can? No? Do you remember that?
Everywhere.
Yeah. it's, ah.
Foam in a can. So he says, well, calling this a car is like calling a magic carpet a car.
That's true.
Magic carpet is sort of like a car. It flies you around, moves you around, gives you
Trans-
transportation.
Transport vehicle.
Yep.
I was on a train last night that behaved like a magic carpet.
Yeah, so you told me.
After the rattly crap heaps that I seem to catch every night. Hey? It was like first class train, this one.
Yes. So Anthony says the color is white.
I'll take that.
You'll take that?
It's a white bus and it's Bedford-ish.
Yes. So
Yes.
there's more details there.
So, but it should be enough for you guys to go away, do some Googling if you have to
So I
or
still
whatnot.
need to know the manufacturer.
It's even written on the side. Maybe that's it is a famous,
Well, that's who
Australian.
used it.
yeah, but
So we've got a manufacturer, which is different than what's written on it.
yes.
Yep. And there's also a what do you call like the code or the prefixes they use for a model? Is that like a model number?
A model. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay,
Model.
so we're still needing those details
Yeah,
there.
model. There we go.
Yes.
Now, how about we choose to talk about trains?
We should. And we
Hey?
have a special guest to talk
And we
about
have
trains.
a special guest for that, don't we?
We do.
Let's bring him on in the studio. Come on in. Finley the Amazing.
Hello, Finn.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey.
hello,
Woo!
hello, everyone.
Not only is he our logistics and transport expert,
Mhm.
but he's also an avid train guru.
Trains are my bread and butter.
That's right. That's right. So he's coming today to tell us about some of his favorite gear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some of your stuff. Because honestly, I know my limitations.
What about there?
And it lies
This
within
little
rail.
fella right here, this is a Midland Railway 3835 class. It was a goods designed by Henry Fowler and built between 1911 to 1922. They were,
11 years only.
well, 197 of them were made.
Yeah.
They were also, when a few years later, after the formation of the Midland Railway, which absorbed, the LMS, the London Midland Scotland Railway, which absorbed the Midland Railway, they would modify these slightly and turn them into what was known as the 4F, which was a much more numerous and more popular class. The fact that Graham Farish took the time to make the earlier model and the more unique and slightly more obscure model is quite fantastic.
Yeah.
what did
And
they
you really
modify?
enjoy it.
I did actually very minimal modifications, just try to improve the bearings and stuff like that. Something not really much to write home, man. Basically
Right.
just enough so they could write LMS on it instead of Midland.
They probably put a 9-step bearing kit through it. So I know you've told us a little bit about the train that it's based on, but what is this particular model that we're looking at, Finn?
So this one is 43931. This is in British Railways unlined black. So this would have been running this livery with the later crest around about the mid 50s to when they were restored and scrapped in the mid 50s when they were trying to scrap in the mid 50s.
Yeah.
Going up to Top Town.
Well, how about let me just.
But what is it? And excuse my ignorance. Is it Bachman? Is it?
Well, this
Hornby?
is Graham Farish.
Oh, Graham Farish, and we're looking at an N scale.
Hmm.
And N scale is your thing, isn't it?
I am a British N scale modeler. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So is this one that you have in your collection yourself?
I have got one being on the way.
Have you really? That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
All right, so we've swapped it over to the top view now.
Yeah, so you can tip that over and you can point out some things if you'd like.
So one of the interesting things of the locomotive that this has a 060 wheel configuration, which means it has no trailing wheels, 6 wheels that drive it, and zero wheels behind it as well. The locomotive has quite a lot of nice detailing. For example, it is weathered straight from the factory.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so it comes right.
Is this a weathered one?
Yeah, it's weathered. See?
So I might flip it
I
around the
love
other
it.
way.
I'll have a
It might
closer
be-
look after. As
might
long
be
as the viewers
easier
can
to-
see. Can you see soot marks and stuff on it? That's my favourite.
Hmm.
Because trains shouldn't be clean. I can imagine that they were quite grubby back in the day.
It depended on the train. Big express locomotives that
Oh.
were for primary, for the really big spenny trains, they were all cleaned pretty much every day. These ones, however, these were goods and mixed traffic locomotives. These would have been not very well looked
Oh,
after.
look at the beautiful detail here.
That's all the soot coming from the safety valve because they would have been going off very regularly.
Oh,
The
wow.
soot from the safety valve.
The safety valve, basically, it's the most
That sounds like the name of my new podcast.
all the things
Sometimes
of
that happens to me.
well, you need a steam trains. Any steam boiler needs a safety valve to keep it from exploding when too much pressure comes in.
Does it?
Yeah,
There you go.
so
Well,
that's that. I'd
my-
say that's the most important part of a train.
My kettle has a whistle.
So it's vented a few times.
Yeah, that is fantastic news there. Great work by Graham
Look at all
Farage.
those rivets.
And
Yeah.
it's got a tender.
I love this. The detail is tender because that's a very realistic looking coal load. The coal is
Mm.
nice and small. Sometimes you'll get really big chunky coal loads, and I don't think that looks as realistic.
That
The-
is fantastic.
Comes with also, as you notice, it'll come with brake pipes right there. Oops, sorry. Right there, they come pre-fitted from the factory, so you don't need to put them on yourself.
Brake pipes.
Basically, to keep air brakes.
There you go.
Really?
Put
Right.
it through, run through the train for coaches and stuff.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
Mm.
All right then. Well, thank you for sharing all your beautiful detailed information
worries.
and knowledge on that. Fantastic. Let's go to the front one. What else have you got for us today, Finn?
We have a little scene craft from Bachman. Now this is 00 scale, not N gauge, so it's a little bit out of my jurisdiction, but I'm still very happy with this one. So these is what's modeling what's known as a holiday coach. Basically, in the olden days, when old coaches were removed from railway stock, a lot of railways, instead of just scrapping them and get rid of them, what they'd do is they'd turn them into what's known as holiday coaches. Basically, these little guys would just have their wheels removed and turned into little cabins.
All right.
That's
Okay.
a great idea.
Yeah,
So
so
people have holidays in them because I thought
Yeah,
like,
so-
coaches work really hard, so they
Yeah.
deserve a holiday too.
yeah, I mean,
Sounds
you could
like-
call it a retirement.
Right.
Why did I say it like that?
So it's like Airbnb before Airbnb. Yeah?
Pretty
You
much,
can
yeah.
Stay in a train
Sort of
that
like
doesn't move.
Yeah, so sort of like instead of a log cabin or something, having a holiday coach.
So would you have a lot of these in one place and call it like a holiday coach park?
They'd end up in all sorts of things, parks, sometimes old train stations. They just put them up instead of hotels. But anyway, where you would get sort of cabins, you might get a holiday coach instead.
Oh.
So these were so they weren't exactly places that were just holiday coaches.
Mhm, mhm.
They'd also have camping for tents and such, but
Yeah.
they were just sort of a place you could go instead.
Fantastic. And that's from the Bachman range.
This is from Bachman Scenecraft, yes.
Beautiful. Fantastic. All right.
Yeah,
and
nice.
what else have you got in your little stash of goodies there of train goodness?
We have this little guys.
What have we got there?
These are N gauge, Midland Pullman stewards and train crew.
Oh, well, we'll put them on the overhead because
Yeah, I
they're
reckon.
teeny tiny.
Yes.
It's hard to see, yeah. I'll spin around the other way.
These ones are N scale, N gauge.
Hmm.
Oh, and tell me what's Pullman's?
So Pullman is a company that still operates today. In fact, just down the road from us, there's actually a Pullman hotel.
Yep.
So they were a company that very much specializes in very high quality transportation, very high luxury transportation, as well as lodging. So they are, sorry, I should say, the best of the best when it comes to transportation and lodging for the ultra rich. One of the things they used to do, and they did this all over the world, including America, Australia, and in this depiction, the UK, they would have their own very, very high quality luxury coaches. And what they do, they go to the various railways and say, well, let's make a deal. You pull our coaches with us and we give you money for it. Basically, they borrowed a locomotive to pull these services, the Pullman services.
Right.
That's fantastic. Well, that's a great bit of insight, and I love having a rail guru on here because I learn a lot.
Yeah, I had no idea about that too.
Didn't you?
And then there's a connection with the Pullman Hotel, which we know about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, amazing.
And these here, Beej, these Graham Farish figurines, are these hand painted?
Yes.
Oh my, they are tiny. No,
That's
like the detail on those, and they are what, like 5 millimeters tall?
Yeah.
It's incredibly high craftsmanship from Graham
So in
Farish.
scale is like 1 to 150 scale, isn't it? Roundabout.
British end scale, it
Yes.
depends on your region. So
Mhm.
British end scale is 1 in 148.
Right.
That is 148 the size of a man.
There you go.
I like it.
I like it too.
That's super exciting.
Bit of
Well,
luxury.
and we learned something. That's
Yes.
the best, isn't it? Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time
No worries.
and being with us today, Finn. And I look
Nice.
forward to having you on again. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy to come on again
Had a bit of fun.
if they'd let me.
Of course they would. All right.
Fantastic. Finn.
Thanks,
Thank
Finn.
you for coming, mate.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
I certainly will.
Thanks. Good stuff.
He never ceases to amaze me, young Finley.
No, that's right.
He just knows his stuff.
Well, the in scale, I mean,
Yep.
when we just had it on the front view camera, it's pretty hard to see all those details. And once we zoomed in on it, it's
Yeah.
quite amazing of what's there.
That's
Even
right.
with these figurines, yeah?
Unbelievable. You would
You
have
don't
to
know?
have your Optics 5. I didn't know. No.
No.
I didn't know. And I love that he knew all about it. That was really, really good. That was super cool. All right. What are we going with the bus?
I reckon it's
Where-
bus time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Should we weigh the bus? Is that something that we should do?
That's something
Would
we
that-
forgot to talk about.
Would that
we should,
inspire them? That
It
seems to
will.
really.
because they've almost practically guessed it
Have they?
because
All
they've
right.
been searching on our website.
Have they?
Yes. So,
Well, at
Here's
least, the,
something
S-
else
at,
you have
least
to
the,
guess.
at least the SEO's working well.
That's
So
right.
that's good. Thanks, guys.
what is the weight of the bus, including its stand? Because we're not taking it off the stand, right?
We're not taking it off the
No.
stand.
So
And
you have
with
to
that
guess the weight of that. All
So
right, so,
not-
that's a new
So not the
question.
real one. Don't just Google the specs, the curb weight on the real one. We need
No.
to know the model of this. We've got our
That's right.
factory laboratory certified scales here,
That's right.
and we will weigh the little bus.
And Dave White says the Leyland bus, but it's not a Leyland bus.
Not a Leyland bus.
No.
What other guesses have
So-
we got, Beach?
So we've got Melbourne Bus Company.
Melbourne Bus Company.
Not too sure about that one.
Well, why not? You said you
because-
knew all about it. That's what you
I
said
said
to
I knew
me.
details. I don't
You
know that
said
one.
to me, I'll get this. I know all about it.
And then we've got this one.
What?
1958 Bedford SB bus, Grender's 187 scale, limited run according to the Googles.
Where's the box? What do you reckon?
Well, I reckon
1958. Yeah, well, yep. I'd say that's pretty much nailed it.
so. That's pretty good, right? So that's why I said let's weigh it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
we ran
right.
out of guesses
But
for
you
this one.
did have some tidbit information on it.
So these
What
buses,
makes it special?
So it's an SB model bus.
SB,
It's made in Australia.
Yep.
Made by the Commonwealth Aircraft Company,
the CAC.
the CAC, CAC. So CAC, we're more familiar with CAC for making the boomerang aircraft.
Yep.
And they also assembled Mustangs in Australia. So the Mustangs came in bits and they built them there.
Yep.
And they also built these buses, which was built on a Bedford
Chassis.
what do you call it? Base.
Yep.
And then
They did all
SB
the
body.
coach work.
That's right.
Yeah, so all the coach work, all the panels, the interior fitment was all done by SB.
By CAC.
By CAC.
Yeah, SB model.
SB.
So it's actually
yeah.
a really great photo of the factory, and I think it was just down the road. Fisherman's Wharf or somewhere around there.
Yep.
So one side they were assembling P51 Mustangs, on the other side they were assembling these SB buses.
That's if you were naughty. If you were naughty or late, they'd send you on the bus line.
Maybe,
What do you reckon?
maybe. But how cool do they look? Funky, yeah. So
Grender's,
yeah, and Grender's.
Grender's bus
Did
services.
you know Grender's has gone back that far? I didn't realize Grender's is that old.
I don't
Grenders
even
is still running.
I don't
isn't it?
even know where Grenders is based.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm not really up to bus things.
I'm not either. I'm just making it up.
Well, that's what got us into this mess. Clearly, that's why we have Finn the professional on.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
who knows stuff about trains?
Yes.
Well, all right, guys, we've got to weigh that.
We're gonna weigh it. Okay. So Silly Snot, he said, you can't find a weight in the description.
You won't.
Well, that's the whole reason.
You got to guess.
You can't go on our website and check it out.
You can't
You can't
Google
go
it.
on the Googles. Googles won't know, except for the real one. So you're gonna have to guess this one. And this is something we did last week and previous week too, right?
Yep.
So no one knows the weight. Actually, we don't even know the weight.
We haven't yet.
No, so we're gonna find out as well.
So you guys got to start commenting, and we've got to start saying higher or lower until
That's
you
it.
get it. That's how it works. You guys have seen the prices, right? You know what's up. What's going on? What do you
what
want
do
to
we look
talk?
at now?
We had trains.
Yep.
We had a little bit of Cromlech.
Yes.
Do you want to check out what's in my bag?
What's in your bag?
Do you want to check
Should-
it out?
should I
That's what
be
I'm
worried?
asking.
I want to check it out.
All right, let's check it out.
Bring me the bag. It is feeling like
Bring the bag.
it feels like
It's a big one
the
today.
price is right. Wait,
This-
what was that game show where do you want the bag or do you want the money? Was that something else? It was a game like that. All right, we won't go there. We won't go there.
Ah,
I'm sure someone's going to
let's
answer.
go. There was a
Let's see.
suitcase game. No deal or no deal.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
no,
that
no
it?
deal. Is that the
Oh,
one?
yeah.
I don't
Could have
know.
been.
This
I
is
don't know.
getting out of control. You're out of control.
Oh, yeah.
This is my segment. This is called What's in Brett's Bag.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No?
Yeah.
You're
I took-
railroading me.
Took all the thunder away.
I know. This is my Rubik's Well bag.
Yes.
This is the big one.
What is in Brett's bag?
Well, let's open it up and have a look.
Yep.
We all know the ins and outs of it. My beautiful little Rubik's bag. But what have I fit in it this week?
Oh,
It's got plentiful stuff.
plentiful stuff. Let me get the zoomage about right. Oh, there we go.
Have a look
Fit
at
it
it.
all in.
So, first thing, I'll start with this. What have I got here? What am I waving around?
You got a premium hobby knife.
I have got the 9 Steps Premium Hobby Knife.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about that. I know that we've had these on before and I've talked about them before, but I'm constantly impressed by them. This
They're
has
really
become
good.
my new go-to hobby knife.
Yep.
Stays in my RC stuff.
Mhm.
Now, as you know, I'm not a mad keen scale modeler like yourself.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty rough with mine. I'd like to think like I use it in heavy-duty applications.
Yeah.
Mainly scraping flashings off gearbox cases or even a little bit of carbon work, carbon fiber. So
Yes.
quite abrasive stuff.
Yep.
And I'm really happy with it. And I can report that this anti-roll nut on the back
Yep.
has saved my foot from getting stabbed numerous
There's
times.
nothing worse than having a knife roll off your desk and end
Straight
up
straight
in
through your
toe.
sock. That's right. Through your Ugg boot, straight in.
That's right.
No, I just go barefoot most times, so it's like there's no safety net. You know, and that's if the pug doesn't cop it.
You're living dangerously.
I know, living on the edge, but that's why I
Oh.
use the one with the anti-roll nut.
Right.
So I'm really happy with it, guys. So just touch base if you haven't got yourself one of these.
Yep.
If you haven't got yourself one of these, look them up. The 9 Steps Premium Hobby Knife
Yeah, they're great. They
comes
come
with the
spare
spare
blades.
blades.
Yep.
How many blades do they come with again? I'm still on the first one.
Comes with 6 in total.
6 in total.
Yeah.
But
so
when
it's
you buy
5.
the refills,
you
we
get
have the-
10.
you get 10 in
the
there.
refill.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 in there now.
Yep.
Or 5 in there now, 1 in the blade. So you got 6 blades in total.
That's correct.
When you get the refills, they come into 10.
Yep.
So super cool. And I'm still on my first one, and I've had it 2 months.
Yeah.
And it's still strong enough to take out my eye, I'm sure.
Take out your eye.
Well, you know the main thing that I use it for, I built a nitro truggy. I think we had it on last week's show.
Yes.
And the HBs and a lot of the RC kits, they come with bags and bags, bags and bags and bags and bags.
Lots of bags.
So-
Bags in bags.
Bags in bags, that's
Yes.
right, with all the little parts and stuff. So every
Yep.
step is sort of opening the bags, and
Yep.
that's mainly what I use it for. You put it in, slide it across, you
Yep.
know, to really make sure
It
that
seems
you're
to be a
not
lot
flicking
easier
stuff all over
and
the
a lot,
place.
lot safer than using scissors, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
scissors, when you're cutting open bags, sometimes they slip and they.
Well, you don't want to cut. What if you double bag it? You cut 2 bags, and then you don't know which screws for what.
Oh,
No,
that's
Anyway.
a nightmare, isn't it?
you said it, not me.
Yeah,
You said it.
that's it.
Right. What else have I got? Let's have a look in here.
What do you got there?
I might get this out of the way.
Yep. So you got some little boxes.
I have got some little boxes of
All right,
goodness
let's get a bit closer.
because we have had a highest restock, and I'm super excited. These are a super high quality servo. This is a Korean company.
Yes.
We bring these into Australia and distribute them Australia wide, and they do a lot in the range. So their most cost effective unit is a D300. and that's a plastic gear model. And even the specs on that is still 6.8 kilos
Yeah.
at a transit time of 0.10. So that is quite a hefty servo. That is plastic geared and plastic splined, but
So-
that's what we put in. That's perfect for your Tamiya builds, your
Yes.
entry level cars, and your spec racers.
So that's the one that we use, we package together with our Tamiya
Tamiya
Get a
packs,
Rain pack,
yep.
right?
And that's the very servo that's in the Hearns Racing Frog.
Yes.
And it's still
Try to look at it.
obviously in one piece. Yeah, have a look at it. Get in there.
So we've got a little accessory pack.
So this is the entry model in the range. So it still has brilliant componentry and
Yep.
really well made, obviously, because we never see them come back or strip gears, but that is the entry model one. So 300, I say that would equate to 300 watts of power. The next one up is the 550T. So this one here's got a little bit more powerful motor,
Yep.
and it's all metal gears
Yes. So
and
super
ball
tough.
raced. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is super tough. So this is really perfect if you're going to use something a lot. If you plan on using something a lot, like your Kyosho Phaser Racer or something
Mhm.
like that, where it's going to take a lot of hits.
Yes.
If you're doing like a budget race build,
Yep.
that is a really good servo to have it in.
Yes.
The transit time slows down a little bit at 0.014, but the torque jumps up considerably to 15 kilos, I think it is. So that is the 550T. Now the 550T, the next one up in the line, is the 550W.
Yep.
And the difference between the 550T and the 550W is a metal heatsink
Oh, really?
on the case, which
Oh,
is
that's
really
sweet.
nice for a bit
Yes.
more durability.
Yep.
And it is fully waterproof.
Yeah. You see the seal on the end there.
Yeah, that's right. IP76. I could get that wrong. But that's so it's internationally approved waterproof.
Yep.
This is really good for your entry level or upgrade servo for your basher. So if you're getting your basher like your Haas or your Rustler and you get it really muddy,
Yes.
this is what you want.
Yes.
Also a really good servo if you strip the gears in your TRX4 or your
Yes.
crawler. Anything that you're getting wet and muddy, this is the servo for you.
So both of these are rated at 9 to 10 kilos, depending on voltage.
Yeah, they're
So
up
that's-
towards 10 kilos.
Yep.
And a transit time of 0.14. So nothing to be sneezed at. And all metal running gear. So really good. So they do have a few steps in their range.
Yes. Yes.
There's about 8 in the range. I've just bought a little selection. The next one that I was going to show was the 700, which I didn't grab
Yep.
by mistake.
So bear in mind the D300, even though it's a basic servo, this has got, what is it? It's close to 7 kilos of torque.
7
Well, it's 7
kilos.
kilos.
Yep, that's right.
And you think about the retro cars back in the 90s, a standard servo back then, which we would have fitted, would have been like 3 kilos.
That's right.
So it is just over 2.
And they're full digital.
Yes.
So these are not analog servos. See, these have got really nice pots in them, really
Yes.
good control, really good feel.
And they're all
So-
ball race. So
all
that one's
ball
ball
race.
race as well.
Yeah, that's right. So
Yep.
they're going to be smooth and last a long time.
Yeah.
So the main reason that you want ball race servos more than anything is so obviously the bearings don't wear and get sloppy,
Yep.
and that's what causes the teeth to wear against each
Mhm.
other and start to chip and break. So when they're ball raced, obviously the gear train is a lot more durable
Yes.
and long lasting.
Yep.
So it's really good that even the most value in the range, the D300, is still
Yes.
full ball raced.
So you can see these two. These have got a more compact length lead.
Yep.
So easy to keep.
Neat
I
and
guess,
tidy in the
yeah,
install.
inside a buggy or a truck, a little truck. This one's got an extra long one.
Yep.
So if
Again-
you do need to place it into a model like on a crawler, they may be quite.
A monster truck or a crawler where
Yes.
you've got a much bigger platform,
That's right. So you got a super long lead.
Yep.
To cope with that.
which is really good because most of those cars, they've really thought about it. Most of those cars that have a waterproof, that need a waterproof servo will also have a waterproof receiver box.
Yes.
So you've got somewhere to coil the lead up,
Yep. Yep.
So you can really do a good job there and you don't have to worry about fitting it.
Yeah, they're really good.
And I bought in a couple of the low profile ones as well
Sure.
that I'd like to have a look at. So these are a couple of steps up in the range. There is a couple in between that I didn't grab. There's a B900W, which is a waterproof 900 watt unit,
Right.
which is super strong, which is even better for monster trucks and crawlers. Huge amounts of torque. Then the entry model into low profile is the DLP 700, which is really, really good. So if you're doing a modern touring car, but you don't want to spend $100 on a servo, we've got that. And the DLP 700 comes with a plastic case, metal heatsink. So it's really nice, really good running gear. And then we've stepped it up. Now we've got the DLP 750 and the BLP 750, which is the top in the range of the highest.
What's the B? Is that for brushless?
Brushless.
Right.
And the other one is cordless.
Cordless.
Yep. So, and these are, sorry, I can't read the specs on these. So the DLP 750, what I've got over here, this one here has a transit time of 008 with a torque of 14.3 kilos, which is massive.
Yeah.
Now the BLP has got a transition time of 009 and a torque of 16 kilos.
Wow.
So really, really powerful servos. And these are perfect for anything, your highest performing touring cars, your 1/10 off-road races as well. So these are really designed at high-end performance.
Look really nice, don't they?
And they look absolutely beautiful, especially the BLP with the super machine case. So if you put them side by side, you'll be able to see a little bit of difference. Might have to come out a little bit there, Beige. There we go. Look at that. So this is a DLP and this is a BLP.
Yep.
So it does have a little bit of plastic case on the rear of the DLP.
Oh, okay. On the base.
Yep. And this one here has a full metal case to act as a heatsink as well.
Right.
Laser etched and CNC machined. And it's got the black servo lead.
Yes.
Really aimed at the serious schmicko looking competition cars.
Schmacko.
Schmicko.
Ah.
No, not a dog snack.
Right.
I know that's where you were headed.
Yes, there was.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
So they're all 25 tooth spline in the highest range. Really, really good servos, and I'm proud that we've got them. Really, really good that Hearns gets to represent this great brand. They're super popular across people who race or bash. There's a servo for you.
Yep.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, very
What
nice.
else have I got in my bag?
You got lots of stuff. Oh, it's a bit special, isn't it? That's sort of, there's something happening at the moment.
That's right. And you might have noticed, if we go in the front camera, I can get rid of this bag now. Here we go. I'll put it down there out the way. I do, in fact, have my Yokomo Hearns Racing t-shirt on.
How good is that?
I know, right? This weekend, biggest race, on-road race in Australia is happening.
Yep.
That is the AOC, the Asian On-Road Championship, and it's been hosted up at Brendale.
Yes.
The Queensland On-Road Radio Control Car Club. Scotty Ernest is the organizer and the head commentator and race director up there, and putting on a really good show.
There's from the States.
Yeah, he's from the States. He's flown in just for this event. And yeah, so he's up there. There's about 200 entries. And we've also got, I want to say there's 4 people flown in from overseas to race. Mostly, I suppose, 2 most important, the Team Yokomo drivers. We've got Nicholas Lee and Ethan Chen.
Yes.
They've come in from Singapore.
Yes.
We've had Nico Lee on before when we talked about the BD10 LCR.
That's right.
So that's really cool that Nico's up there. He's staying in the Yokomo team have got a big house that they're all bunking up in and staying there. Yeah, so there's about 12 of them staying in this McMansion of a place up there.
McMansion.
Yeah, they're really doing it tough up there, those boys. We've also got Mark Reinhardt.
Yes.
Has come in.
Yes.
And
a prior world champion.
And there's one other I've forgotten. I want to say Volker, but I don't know that Volker come. I haven't seen the timesheets. So the event kicked off yesterday, and they're up there now racing away. They're having 2 seeding rounds and 2 qualifiers today. So best of luck to everybody up there, and I'm sure it will be a wonderful event. Now, why I had this one in my bag is to demonstrate to you guys, BD11, this is a team car that's come up for and available for sale.
Yes.
So they don't come up very often, and it's not something that we advertise online or anything.
No.
But if anybody's ever in the market for a race car, maybe they want a good second-hand car. Maybe they're looking at getting a friend into it.
Yes.
Or just want spare parts. Give us a call at the shop and yell out, because every now and then these cars come up and they're amazingly priced and they're beautiful condition, because they're the team cars that have been used by our race team. They've been really well maintained and raced at the highest level.
That's right.
So yeah, they come in and out every now and then. And if it's still here, next big event, I'm going to put some radio in it and run it myself. No, I won't. I'll destroy it. No, it's yeah. So it's a beautiful car. So yeah, it's just another string in the Hearns bow that you may or may not know about. Yeah, if you guys are ever in the market for a Yokomo race car or a HB race car for that matter,
That's right.
anything racy that we have and support, give us a shout out. You know, we can probably help you out and put you in touch with a team car. That's all I've got to say.
Very nice. Very nice. Shall we go back to the Z-Bus?
Z-Bus. What, now it's
Z-Bus.
got German. Is that what's happened?
We've got guesses.
Guesses.
Let me pull this back because
They're going crazy for weights.
They have.
I want to
They
weigh
have.
it. How much does the bus weigh?
All right.
We'll get another special guest on.
Oh yeah.
I'm super excited for this.
Oh, David said 450. 450 grams.
450 grams. I better get the scales out. That's not on the overhead, is it? We're not giving it away?
No, we're not giving it away. I've got a feeling that that's too high.
Do you? Well, what would you know?
I don't know much, but that's
Oh. It's too high.
it's too high. So it's lower than that.
Lower than 400.
Lower than 450.
But
Okay, so we've got another guess.
450.
We've got another guess.
Already?
Okay.
Come on, guys.
All right, so Anthony says 226.
226. Lower.
That's too high. Lower than that.
This is a lightweight bus. This is Australian-made performance machine.
Okay.
Coach work, huh?
So Silly Snot's actually found the weight of the real bus, but we're not interested in that.
Is it scale? We could do the maths and see if it's scale.
Oh, he's told us. It's 9.8 tons.
9.8.
So, Mr.
What?
Jeff,
Jeffson,
160 grams.
lower.
Lower. There we
You
go.
guys are
Okay,
way
that's
off.
it.
Hey?
That's it.
Might be a
I
bus
think we'll
by name,
have
but
to give
not
it
a
bit more
bus.
time.
Not a bus by nature.
No, that's right.
All right, so we had some RC on.
Yep.
What do you want to talk now?
What have I got? Well,
I
this is
think,
pretty exciting, don't you
I think
reckon?
we need to get back to plastics.
Oh, these things here.
These could have been car of the week. I just want to break into it.
So easy. Hey, you reckon? Well, we could have just had the body sitting there. What are these things?
Now, I'm going to say something wrong here or get in trouble. So
Right.
I want to say that this is the first ever
Yep.
mass-produced Australian model car kit.
Well,
Is that right?
plastic model car kit.
Plastic model car kit.
Because resin ones have been made before, but
Yes.
resin doesn't really count because that's very low production.
Yes.
And it's not accessible. That's the word.
Accessible.
Accessible to most people. But these ones are plastic model kits. First HJ. So we've got the Kingswood or the Monaro type. And then you got some custom ones.
Don't we call them HQs?
HQs, what did I say?
You said HJ. You're giving away what's coming.
Oh, sorry.
HQ.
It says HQ on the bottom, doesn't it?
Sorry. Maybe I
Sorry.
should have done this bit.
Maybe. So we've got 4 different versions, which
Yes.
we've got all here. So you can get the standard Kingswood with a 6-cylinder engine.
Can I have a black one?
You can have whatever color you want because you paint them the way you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? So it's a proper model kit.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
So the bodywork is molded in plastic, which is white, which makes it easy to paint in any color you like.
all right. Well, enough chitter chatter. Can we bust into one?
Yeah.
All right. How about we start with?
What are you going for? I've got a Kingswood over here.
Yep, you do the Kingswood.
Kingswood?
Because there's 4, and there's 4 levels of modification. So it goes from
Yes, that's
from
right.
stock to mild to
Yes.
wild.
Okay, so Kingswood is going to be the very, very stock one.
Yep.
Okay, so 6-cylinder engine. And then the next one is the Monaro GDS,
Which is a V8.
the V8. Yeah, 308.
So we're opening this one.
Yep.
Well, let's go to overhead. Let's go to overhead town and let's bounce on into this box and have a look. Ooh,
So it's an unusual box. because
unusual.
When you lift it up,
It's very square. It's pretty normal to me.
most plastic model kits are either long style, like Japanese style kits, or really square style and brick-like, like the American style.
It's more like a biscuit tin.
Well,
it's-
when you lift it up,
And unlike me, this is hinged.
so we've got a bit of ribbon here to stop the top from.
It's got
Having it come
felt in
down.
there.
It's been flocked.
Jack's been in here flocking it.
He has.
Oh, look what's in the lid.
Yeah,
Bit
so
of
this-
inspiration. You
that's
open
right.
it. I'm inspired. There's a bit of an Aussie flag, Kingswood.
So this here has been flocked, so it can be used as a base for your finished model. So there's a backdrop for it.
Oh,
And so
I
the
have a-
artwork on the backing is different in each of these kits.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And you notice how it's been flocked in here. You can't see any reflections.
No reflections.
No reflection. You can't.
No
pick up any-
reflections
No.
or refract. If you turn it this way, there is.
Oh yeah, but that hasn't been flocked.
No, this is so.
Yeah, that's right.
Very nice.
All right, so you get a box full of bits.
Well, show me what's in there. Well, we got the book.
Okay, so there's a big manual as well.
Emmanuel.
Yep. Step by step.
Oh, it shows that. Shows
Shows
it
which
the 202. I think this would have been 202. Could have been 186.
Right.
I'm sure the crowd at home will let me know if I've done it wrong.
So you can see how there's quite a few screws in it. So screwed together and glued together.
Screwed and glued.
Yep. So we've got engine detail and interior detail, and there's also boot detail, which you can see over here.
It's a spare wheel that screws in.
That's right. Your dashboard.
Yep.
So you've got some decals for the instruments. There'll also be chrome stickers for your rear vision mirrors.
Yep.
Got all the wheels. Goes on a chassis. Then start doing the bodywork.
Got a K-frame. It actually looks like a pretty simple. Can I say simple build? Looks
Yeah,
like
so
big
it's more
chunky.
straight. So it's
Would you
chunky.
call it Chunky Monkey?
I would, because this is designed as a die-cast model.
Oh, there you go. I
So
didn't know
hence
that.
why it's sort of chunky. But the advantage of being injected molded into plastic is it makes it quite affordable. Because in a way, it's actually cheaper than, say, some Japanese kits in the same scale. It's 24 scale.
These represent phenomenal value. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, for sure.
I honestly think that these represent phenomenal value.
They do.
No?
So, like we said earlier, it's designed to be screwed together. So there's a little packet.
Don't break into these bags
No,
because
I won't.
these have been just flying out the door. I don't think we'll have stock left by Monday at
Probably
this
not.
rate.
So packet here with all the screws.
Yep.
Also gives you some tools too. So
Tools?
fine screwdriver and some tweezers.
They're better than the toolkit that come with the actual HQ when you bought it.
There's a couple of axles there as well. Yep.
There's a bonnet stay.
Yeah, it's probably a bonnet stay. I don't know
Yep.
what that is, but it looks like a bonnet stay. Okay, and then you've got a
Like-
section of clear bits.
Oh, that is chunky clear.
Yep.
Isn't it?
It is.
Oh, lenses.
Yeah. Rear light lenses, your headlight lenses, and then also the fog lamp.
And you can tint them yourself or not. That is the chunkiest sprue I think I've ever seen. It's about as thick as my finger. Look
Is
at
it?
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's pretty heavy
what can I
duty,
call
isn't
it? Finger thick sprue.
Yeah.
Is that
So
the
it's got
thing?
some interior bits on it. You've got the inserts here, which
You might
control
want
the
to go a
heights.
bit tighter.
Tighter? Let's go tighter.
Tight like a toiger.
How's that? You sort of see it's sort of like white on white,
Oh,
isn't
you
it?
know what? Doesn't even rustle too much.
Oh,
They made this one knowing that you were going to do an unboxing on the live.
good for you, isn't it?
Not quite as triggered.
So I've got these inserts here which accept the axles.
What?
Because with the modified ones, they're actually lowered suspension.
Oh,
So
so
to do that,
they
they've got like different height adjustments. So this would be the full height,
Yep.
standard version. Okay, so you got the dash as well, steering wheel, column. So they're all in those bits.
well, 3 on the tree.
Three
Yeah.
on the tree.
Yeah, there's a gear lever there for sure.
What have we got here? All right, so we've got some exterior bits. You got the hubs with the brakes on them. the
That's
calipers.
chunky. That is chunky.
Are they hubcaps? They would be, wouldn't they?
I would
So
have,
you got
I
your
would have
wheels
thought
there?
that the Kingswood would have had a drum rear brake.
Drum. There's probably drum. Oh, it's got calipers on it, isn't it?
Hmm.
They probably will. Just kept it simple, I guess.
Yep.
You got your grill there. Your windscreen wipers. Your
And the-
light buckets.
The bumpers don't come chrome, so there's no chrome in this kit.
No, there's no chrome. So you get your
So-
grill there and your bumpers.
If
But I
it-
mean, there's really good chrome paints now.
You
So,
bust out your old clad. You'd love that.
yeah,
You love working with
yeah,
chrome.
all green stuff. Good. All Molotov. So lots of choices there.
You know I'm a sucker for a bit of green stuff.
Green stuff. All right, what do we got here? We've got engine bay. So we've got big engine bay here. Got some details of some of the wiring loom. That's molded onto the
It's
wheel.
very modular. It's really good.
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously that's going to be a different sprue than one of the modified ones.
So this one,
Mm.
I think a lot of it is similar except for the engine.
Mm.
Okay, so there'll be separate engine sprue, so they'll probably cut it across there and then give you another
Got a
part.
heater fan, wiper motor.
Yes. Pretty good, eh?
Got a radiator, inlet manifold. It is
Yep.
looking cool. Oh, here we go.
All right, so body is the important bit, right?
You know
so
me.
we all want to see the body.
I'm all about the body. Oh,
Okay, and so that's
it's
I
crisp.
I think the proportions are pretty good. Yes, and it is very crisp. There's no
And
flashing.
it's got good panel lines.
Yep.
So you can really be heavy-handed with your paint.
So you can see the inside where there's the lugs and such.
Chunky.
Or locating parts and screwing it together.
Is it screw and door handles, or are they just locating dowels?
Oh, they're locating dowels. So the door handles would be chrome as well, wouldn't they? So you can paint them chrome and then press them in. Yep. Get your front in there.
I like it.
And the back. Okay, so there's the bodywork. What else we got? Oh, there you got the floor pan.
Yeah,
Floor pan in the interior. We've got all the pressings there.
Not like Peter.
One
Floor pan.
didn't grow off, did he?
Yep.
So there's the interior there. There's a boot section. What do you call that? Boot tub?
I suppose, yeah. Boot tub.
Yeah. So 3 major components just on that sprue.
Bonnet.
Oh, okay. So we've got panels here. You got your door cards.
Yep.
Got the bonnet just there, and then the boot panel there as well.
So is it hinged?
So you see the bonnet. The bonnet is hinged. See how it's curved?
Oh, yes. So it's not like a scale hinge.
No, but it's an operational hinge.
Yep.
And then the boot I don't think is hinged. I think the boot is just located, so you just lift it on and off.
Much like me. Unhinged. Yeah?
All right, what do we got here? All right, so what's this bit? Is that the tank on the bottom?
It looks like a tank. Not the
Yep.
big tank, the fuel tank.
Yeah. So a bit of suspension there as well, some
Yep.
arms. And then we've got the tyres.
Got
There's a
5.
spare.
In case you get a flat.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. And then you got your rear seats, and then you've got some spark plug leads.
And do you know what I can't believe is the weight?
Yeah, it's heavy.
No?
Yeah.
These
It
things
is beefy.
actually...
And then
what's
that's
in
one
here?
extra thing.
What's in here? More? Wait, there's more.
What is that?
I'm not sure.
That's a base. So each one of these, I think, comes with a different printed base. And that's designed to sit within the recess, which is on that lockpick. So they'll just fit inside there.
Why would you have that?
Or you can choose to use it or not use it. So your car will just sit on top and it'll look like it's in a semi-diorama.
Oh,
So it all
nice.
comes with it.
Nice. I'd go as far as to put some Lars Hopf in there.
Last hop, make a greenery.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a garden happening.
Yep.
Yep.
And dandelions.
You and your dandelions. Can't get enough, can you? I heard about Harry.
Harry's
Yeah.
good. Harry, my long stem rose,
Yes.
is good.
So there we go.
And this looks like it could be quite a task to get back in the
It might
box.
be. So, how about you pass over here, because I think I know how this goes.
I
Are
think
we
you've
going
done
to
this.
open another one, or we should just talk about them, I think?
I think we'll just talk about it.
Yeah,
We'll just,
so they're
we'll lift
pretty
the- can we
much
lift
the
it-
same,
Should we
right?
lift the lid
Oh.
or not? No? All right. How about we get this one out of the way?
Yeah, get that one out.
I'm going to put that one there. Don't you go ferreting and losing any of those bits.
What do you mean?
So this one
I
here,
know those bits.
we'll have a look at the box art. Let's go to Overhead Town while you're over there ferreting around. So this one here,
Yep.
this is the next level up, I suppose, in modification or features.
Yes.
So this is the Monaro GTS. So this is going to have fluted guards, different wheels, and it's going to have a V8 engine in there, isn't it? Definitely. We can see here in the
Oh, it's got
box
the V8.
art,
Yes, it does.
it does definitely have the V8.
Yes.
And it goes to far to show all the sprues that you receive on the back there. So it's got different wheel caps, different exhaust. Yeah, it's got even different engine. So this whole sprue here is
Yeah. So
different,
the engine sprue, yes.
and the axle.
That's probably about the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably about the same.
So it should be riding about the same height as the Kingswood you expect, wouldn't you?
Yes,
It wouldn't be lower
yes,
at all.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've got different decals. So we've got different dash. We've got GTS dash,
Oh, okay. Yes.
and we've got different decal parts here.
Yes.
Mirror stickers,
Yep.
door cards, really cool. There we go. So that is
All right. So that's the Monaro.
the Monaro,
Yep.
and this one here is the custom 4-door. Well, hang on, I've gone one step too much.
Oh yeah. There
Hang
is
on.
a.
I'm just trying to ease you into it.
This is
Step by step.
the first custom.
So this is the Holden custom 4-door. So you can see here it's got a mini tub rear end,
Yes.
completely different wheels, and it's sitting really low on its suspension.
That's right.
Like you said.
So this one's actually got a turbocharged LS6
Yes,
engine.
turbocharged LS6 engine.
Yeah.
So the engine sprue is over here. We can jump in tight there.
Tight.
And we can see here that we've actually got twin turbochargers, high
Yep.
mounts, We've got the V8 components, got the block, got the cylinder heads.
Mhm.
We've got an intercooler and a radiator.
Right.
So yeah, so that's going to be different. Going to have a different wheel sprue because
Yes.
the wheels are completely different.
Yes. And then the wheels, well, the tires would be too. You
The
find
tires are different, yeah.
Yeah.
And the spare, and
Those
again,
are really fat tires.
really fat, aren't they?
Yeah.
And
Fat,
here we've got the dash, which is completely different again from the
Mhm.
last one. So it's really good that each one is like an evolution of the last.
Yes,
So
that's right.
it's really, really clever engineering and thinking. Oh,
And then you got this one, which is
then we got this one.
Sort of like a drag car setup, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is called another custom four-door, and it's got the supercharged motor on there.
Yep.
Which is really cool. Again, it's got the mini tubs,
Yep.
different wheels to the last one. Probably sits the same ride height, I'd say. But yeah, this one doesn't come with a bonnet. Comes with, you wouldn't have a bonnet left by the time you cut a hole in it. The engine and the blower is massive.
You might have a couple of bits.
Comes with the blower
Maybe
hat.
hinges left.
Not if it's like me.
No hinges.
No hinges. Hingeless. So this one has the same dash decals as the last one. I'm just having a look here. Completely different engine and blower assembly.
Yeah.
Is
And then
over
they've-
here.
And they've left out the bonnet.
They've left the bonnet completely
Oh,
out.
actually, there's a bonnet.
Oh, there's a bonnet in there, but you wouldn't. It doesn't
wouldn't
have a
use it.
hole, no. Because the engine, it's going to take up all. Got more of the engine and the drivetrain here,
Yep.
and the belts, the blower belt.
Yep.
So really, really cool. So yeah, so that is the latest and greatest from DDA.
Pretty exciting.
No,
Pretty exciting. They haven't lasted very long. We had so many on pre-order, and then we've got our second shipment, which is in now, which I don't expect to last this
No.
weekend.
and you know the funny thing about it is that, I mean, yes, we do international post, but these things have gone everywhere. So
They have.
Switzerland,
Yes.
France,
Yes.
America.
Yes.
A few have gone to New Zealand.
Yes.
So really cool to see them just scatter around the globe.
Yes.
Really, really cool.
It's
So,
great because this is the first of the series, so there will be other cars coming out as well.
Yeah.
And these were all produced by DDA.
And I don't want to give it away and say that it's a HJ.
Don't say it's an HJ.
Probably not a HJ.
Most likely not.
No. But this one is definitely a HQ.
It does because it says so on the box.
Yep.
I
That's
can
right.
guarantee that.
Yep. Fantastic. That is great.
All right.
And check out the price because guys will be stunned.
Yeah, really good price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I honestly think they should be double.
I agree. So they put a lot of thought into the box itself so it can be reused as a display stand.
A lot of
And
cool
then that
features.
interior, the manuals, different options. There's 4 versions of it, which is great. And that backing, when you lift up the lid,
Yep.
each one of those graphics is different.
Really like a complete model kit.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Jack's got one of those.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yep.
We'll
So
see.
he's
then.
probably finished.
He probably has finished it. No, he actually had to wait for some custom paint.
He was agonizing over he wanted green.
Yeah, because he wanted to paint it today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he wanted to
Right.
paint it, but no, he was a certain paint that he had to wait for.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But he probably finished the engine. He's probably there right now. Doing
Yeah,
the-
yeah. But
Love-
this needs the
loves a
body
good
work and then
engine.
it'll be done.
Fantastic. That
Good
is
stuff.
DBA.
Excellent.
Woo!
else we got? Oh, should we go back here?
Why not?
The weights. The weights. What have we got here?
What have we got here?
We're missing a lot of this.
Well, because you've been waffling on.
Oh, so Felicity says Finlay's knowledge is amazing.
Isn't it? It is absolutely amazing.
It is.
And he's so passionate about it, and it really comes through.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I would really take the opportunity to get him on. Yeah, it's been beautiful.
So, hang on. Do I get any more guesses?
I don't know that you have.
I don't think we have.
No, nobody
I
wants
got
to
really
give up.
excited.
So we've gone from
So,
450.
so the last one we got.
Yep.
Hang on. Maybe these are.
Hang on.
Oh, it's been going all over the place. I missed all this.
Oh, you're an animal.
So Jeff said 160, right?
160.
And we said lower.
Can confirm
Yeah,
it's
then
lower.
Anthony actually went higher.
Did he? That's okay.
So we're going lower, 190.
190.
No, it's lower. So
Still
Jeff's
still low.
gone 60.
Higher.
It's higher than 60.
Can confirm it does weigh more than an
Okay,
egg.
then Anthony said 120.
Ooh,
That's,
it's still got to go higher.
does it?
Yep.
Oh, it's got to go higher. Sorry, I was going to say lower.
Nope.
No. And then Dave's come back with 135.
Ooh,
It's
lower.
lower.
Oh, so
It's
we're
lower.
between
Lower.
120 and 135. You guys have got 15 units to get through. No?
Oh, you got to get them on now.
Got to get
Can't
him
be that
on.
hard.
How about we have our next special guest?
We should.
Should we?
We should.
Let's get him on then. Let's not just talk about it. Let's actually get this guy in the studio.
Here
Come
we go.
on in.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome
in.
back.
Fantastic. Welcome
Very
in,
long
Nick.
time.
It's been fantastic to have you back in the studio and with us.
Likewise. Thank you for having me.
We've got some amazing things happening with Hearns this week.
Yep.
And we've got a big thing coming on this weekend, haven't we?
Do we?
Are we allowed to talk about it?
I don't know. Are we?
It's Toy Fair.
Oh,
we're gonna see all
fair.
those
That's
new
all. That's
things.
all. The reason I'm here.
Thinking about-
That's it.
You were thinking about Japanese Saturday night.
I was thinking about ice cream.
Well, you can come for the ice cream and stay for the hobby fair.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Toy Fair. Toy Fair happens every year. Well, actually,
Every year.
it's not happened for the last 3 years, probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, simply because of what's been happening around the world.
True.
Yeah.
But it's on again.
It's on again, and people are chomping at the bit to come down. It's held in Melbourne,
Yes.
and people from all over Australia.
That's right.
And it's an industry toy fair, isn't it?
That's
Well,
right.
all
So
the
we all
major-
find out what the new things are going to be available.
Yep.
And we get to see it and play with it.
Even further, normally we start in end of January from Germany. So in
Yes.
Nuremberg every year, normally the last week of January, first week of February, there is the toy fair, and that's
Yes.
probably one of the. I think it's one of the biggest
Yes.
toy fair in the world, and that was off for probably 3 years as well,
Mm.
Yep.
and was back on this year. So
Yes.
normally that you see the first releases.
Mhm.
You know, they like Home Beast, Electric. They bring stuff there, Traxxas.
Yeah, we
And
did a
then-
special episode on that too, and we
That's
showed
right.
that we
Well,
had that really cool Tamiya BBX,
BBX.
Yes.
and the new models, and we're really excited.
There's a rumor that we may be able to touch a BBX.
Ooh, maybe we can do a live. Maybe
We'll
not.
see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But so everything that we see in Germany then comes here a bit closer to us.
Yeah.
So all of us can actually see all that really. So
Get
it's
it.
very exciting.
Get a bit touchy feely with it all. Get excited. Get pumped up for a huge 2023.
Definitely.
Yes.
So
So really excited. So you're joining with us today, and you come toting in that thing.
big thing. I don't know.
What thing?
I heard it come crashing and banging in the front.
Oh, did you bring something?
I thought to bring
Oh,
The star of the show.
the beast.
the star of
Hey,
the show.
this,
So I saw on Facebook that this was around Flinders Street last week. Is that true?
There might have been a rumor that could have been true.
I should
yeah,
have put it.
I'm not saying. Yeah, we can't say who is driving it though, because
No.
there could be some vandalism thing coming. I might have been there and witnessed it. I'm not saying that I
Not
was
sure
behind
about
the
that.
wheel, but there was like agapanthus flying. There was tanbark. It was carnage on the banks of
Madness.
the Yarra.
And up the
Yes.
stairs.
Up the stairs, down
Yep.
the stairs,
Went every way.
sideways.
Upside down.
Yeah, upside down,
Never.
skidding, trying to take out some cyclists on its lid.
So someone scratched the lid actually. Somehow what happened
Yeah.
up the stairs, down the stairs.
No, just on the flat.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that's right.
flat.
I sort of panicked and hit the brakes, and then
And
it flipped
kaboom.
on it, and it actually accelerated once it got on its lid.
Yeah.
So this car has been with us for what, 3 years,
3 years.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
has been gently trashed.
Yeah, it's been bashed.
It's been
I
bashed.
think exactly in the MO. We don't do silly stuff like launch it 5 stories in the air. Not that we've caught on video. But it's been really good. It's just undergone a recent rebuild, and you guys can catch up with that on YouTube.
That's
That's
right.
right.
There's a few
So-
different episodes.
We've had the rear gearbox and drivetrain out of it.
Mhm.
We've re-raced the rear end, rebuilt the rear differential and center differential, re-raced the transmission, lubricated it, and put it all back together. And the wear and tear was really good. Like there was nothing wrong with it. It was just a service, so it wasn't really a repair. It was a service and rebuild.
Yep.
And then I wanted to take it out and just to give it a quick drive to make sure that it was okay. And it's perfect. It's absolutely phenomenal.
It's definitely been introduced to the world, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
So you can expect to see more videos on this guy as
Yeah.
he gets around. He's going to
Yes.
travel around Melbourne and Icon. And it's actually not too bad to walk around the city because people don't tend to like fall over it.
No, that's right.
No.
It's
Because
easily seen.
they can see it and it makes
Yeah.
a bit of noise. And people actually really enjoyed it. There was a bunch of school kids, they were cheering on, and that could have been,
this is very unusual to see for most people.
yeah.
Even for us, playing with this every day, this is not something that we play every day.
No.
It's huge.
It is absolutely huge, and you sort of forget about how much fun it is.
Yes.
Until you go out and play with it. Sometimes it's the size of it, I'll be honest, is a bit of an inconvenience.
It's inconvenience. It's
You know?
a little bit scary too,
A little bit
because there's some
scary.
inertia here actually.
Yeah, I imagine that this thing, like in the wrong hands or the inexperienced,
Yeah.
is totally dangerous. You know, and
Oh, would be.
even in the hands of an experienced operator, if
Yes.
something goes wrong,
Yes.
you could
It's-
really hurt somebody. So you do need to be careful with it.
Definitely.
And I did joke that we were tearing the place up, but we were using it in quite a responsible
Very,
manner.
very.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah. Yes.
It was just about getting a bit of video and having some fun.
That's
And
right.
we walked it back from Burrawong Ma
That's right.
through Fed Square, across Flinders Street, through the station, and it was really cool.
It was.
We come down Flinders Street steps under the clocks, but we didn't get that bit. That
Yes,
would have been really
I've
cool.
seen
We
it.
come
I've seen it in
under,
the raw. That is in the raw footage.
It's in the
I've
raw
seen
yeah,
it.
we do have
Yeah.
it. We do have it.
Definitely.
so it was under the clocks coming down
Yes.
Yes.
Flinders Street. So quite iconic. It was really good fun and really enjoyed having it.
And you know what's remarkable of this, beside everything, is that it's still very original. So we
Yes.
haven't actually replaced anything,
No,
including the steering servo. That to me is a bit of a surprise.
It's
Yeah.
because
amazing. It's quite remarkable.
every RTR car has a weak point, which is the steering servo in
Yeah.
general. Specifically when you go to, I don't know, what 5, 7, 8 kilos. I don't even know. A heavy car like this.
our technically calibrated scales won't take it.
I don't think
No,
it'll
it'd
take
have
us
to
all
be. It'd have to be 12 kilos, wouldn't it?
10, 12, easy.
You know, because it does have two 4S batteries in it.
True that. Just that
You
it'll
know,
be
and
almost
those
2 kilos.
9-step batteries, they've been phenomenal
Yes.
as well. The reliability on those batteries, and we haven't treated them kind as
No.
far as, you know, stored them properly. Or I mean, they've been in storage charge, but they might sit dormant for a year,
Correct.
and then bang, 15 amps charge. Wake up,
And then drive it really hard.
drive really hard.
You know, we went in the skate park, up
Yes,
and down the
skate
skate
park.
park.
Yep.
And when you do this kind of stuff, the battery gets a lot of beating because there's lots of impact.
Yeah.
And battery may
'Cause
not
it-
like that kind of impact
Because
really.
it falls out of the sky.
Yeah.
You know, and kaboom.
The skate park was impressive because this car becomes really light. It feels like she's floating, which is really
Yes.
surprising considering the weight
And the size of it,
and
yeah.
the size of it. We got it wrong a few times.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
It was some
And it
kaboom.
does have a few scratches and a few cracks.
Yeah.
But it's still very
Still in
serviceable.
one piece,
And one piece, and it's all original.
That's it.
Yeah.
including the body
Yes.
and the tires, which have been glued several times
yeah,
together.
Yeah, the tyres do need constant service and repairs, and that's mainly just so we don't fail them. Because
That's
if
right.
we play with it when they're tearing, then they'll just rip themselves
That's right.
apart.
Yeah, that's right.
So you have to know when enough's enough or when it needs work. But with a bit of maintenance and love, it's actually been a really good try.
I agree. And if you have the chance to check out the videos, because the engineering in the gearbox specifically on these cars is really impressive in my opinion.
I know.
The amount of power they can take and go forever really.
And it has a metal diff case.
Correct.
Even some of our race cars don't have metal
Yeah.
diff cases.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they have really done. I'm not saying that it's a cheap unit. It's definitely not, but great value.
Correct.
It's phenomenal value. To have this much size, power, and durability,
Yes.
it's just
Definitely.
phenomenal. And Traxxas have really done a really good job. It's really a unique product.
Yep.
I haven't had the joy of playing with the XRT one yet, but I bet it's
Very
this thing,
similar.
just refined.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
this one can be a little bit awkward. Like if you are playing with it on asphalt and panic or do something silly, it will end up on its lid pretty quickly,
Most definitely.
you know.
Most definitely.
But if you're playing with it on grass or on loose gravel, it comes
Crazy.
alive. Hey,
And the jumping and the landing, it's impressive.
and just going upstairs.
Yeah.
like
Going
a crawler,
upstairs, yes.
you know what I mean?
That's right.
Like I wasn't just smashing the throttle, but it would boop, 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 boop.
Yeah,
We'd
yeah,
just
yeah,
sort of
that
walk
was
up the stairs,
Impressive.
and then coming down, it was just
It
the
was
faster
gliding,
you
wasn't
went,
it?
it would just glide.
Yes,
If you went
yes.
slow, it would.
I was expecting you to jump the steps.
There was a couple of small sets that we jumped, but it actually didn't look good on film because it just
Too easy.
Just
Too
sailed.
easy. Yes.
sailed over it. So
Oh,
it was really cool.
Let's put this away.
So adventures with
That
the
is-
X Max.
Does the X Max have a name?
Hasn't got a name yet.
We should give it a name.
So something like Harry the Rose.
Harry the Rose, Harold.
Should we
Harold.
get some ideas coming
Yeah.
in?
I think so.
Let's let the people. Let's have a contest.
That's it. The name. We need to name the X Max.
Name-
Need to name the
name-
X Max.
Name the X Max, which
Yes.
lives at Hearns
That's
That's
right.
it.
Needs that. Needs
and runs
that.
wild outside.
Needs the alias. If
I
nothing
think
else.
so,
So it's not accountable for anything. We don't want Traxxas getting us into trouble
That's
by
it.
keep using their name, do we?
No,
so we
not
should.
at all.
We should. Very good point. We should do that. Yes. So,
All right.
so that's.
So-
Thank you for coming in, Nick.
You're
What
welcome.
else have you got for us? Any other news or
What
exciting?
news do we have? I don't know. You put me on the spot now.
Well, I tried. Beautiful day in
That's
Melbourne.
pretty special.
That is special. This is
You
still.
worked
I know
very
we.
hard on this.
This. Yes, I did. This is. I know you talked about this already many times, but yeah, this is pretty interesting.
It's always good to have another perspective, though.
Little
You know?
product. Surprisingly, surprising how simple of a product it is, but how much work goes into actually funding what makes it a little bit more special.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's got some really unique features of it,
Yeah,
which are really good.
There's also similarity to a race car. There's weight balance, and even such a small, simple object or tool as a degree of weight balance.
Yes.
So during the design, we actually try different material to actually balance the unit in a specific way, which a number of us have tried and felt that was the most comfortable, I guess. The one that gives the most control, in a sense.
Yes.
And that would be like version 93.
Probably.
You definitely didn't get it right first time.
No, not even the fourth.
No,
No.
that's what I mean. That would be like the 93rd incarnation of what was set.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they will be making version 2 or even more premium as we get, feedback and experience and work on other products. We will probably make a different version again. We actually designed something really advanced a few years back, if you remember, which maybe one day will be manufactured actually in Italy. That was quite more advanced.
Don't talk about the Italians.
Exactly.
Hey.
But anyway, so we started the process of that, but that will take some time.
Yeah.
It's a big project.
So it's really good. I mean, like you say, it's really simple. But one of the things is that orange color, the 9 steps orange,
yes,
it's actually really easy to find on your workbench.
Yeah, that was one of the I guess the objective when we worked on this is to find specific improved on things. Every single tool that you have in your toolbox is often silver, and they tend to blend away. Yeah. This one is obviously of a defined color.
Yes.
Yeah. The little nut at the back.
Yeah.
It helps prevents the rolling, which again is always one of these things that happens, and then as it rolls down, you don't know what to do with it. You look at it. And
Which way did it land?
Whichever land.
Or you're
always
just
like
you're
this.
trying to do
That's
something
right.
and reach down and pick it up. And
Yes.
Even the cap itself, it's
beautiful,
a
heavy
high quality cap. It's a small touch, but then again, it should stay. Normally, what I found in the past is that if you buy the cap, tend to crack at the second time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you put in the bin. But then this one should have a bit more durability, so will stay on. All my knives in my bags are all without lead, and then you go in, grab your tools, and you come back with a knife sticking off your finger.
That's right. No, it's really good.
That's it.
Yeah, good.
That's fantastic.
I guess next we'll have a range of different blades, actually. So this is the standard number 11.
Yes.
And there'll be a range of different shape blades and for all sorts of different applications coming. And
and we'll find them in your local hospital before long.
In the local hospital. Oh, very good.
Oh.
Absolutely.
We're going to make them medicinal.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay?
Indeed.
No.
So,
Fantastic.
what is the go with this?
Oh, so we've got some more guesses.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see.
So,
All right, so Anthony's back.
it was between 120 and 135.
We've got 125.
Ooh, lower. Ooh,
Lower.
This is refined. Now we're
Okay,
between
which means-
That's getting
One-
So they didn't know,
120.
right? So he's gone 128.
No,
which is
okay.
too high. And Silly Snot is going really, really fine, but he's wrong too. 127 is too high.
point
And
2,
Anthony, not really knowing, has gone
129.
129. Okay,
So-
so it is lower than 125.
It's above 120.
There's literally 2 numbers left.
That's
That's
That's like chocolate.
it.
Fantastic, Peter. What else have you got down there, my friend?
Well, I thought we'll have a look at.
Are you going to stay and join us?
I can stay a few minutes.
Is
Yeah,
that
what
What are we talking about? Oh,
What have we got?
Oh, actually, this is more important.
the Italeri kit.
This one here.
Is that an Italeri kit?
I thought you had that. Oh, we didn't have
have
that
we
on
done
last
already?
week's show.
What's that? This one.
Now, what's awesome about this?
What's awesome about it?
Is that? Did I hear that before?
What?
This thing flying around. Is that flying around? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. Well, we've got the air show on.
The Australian Air Show.
yes.
Again, it's one of these events that hasn't been on for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that's right.
So that is back in town, and that is huge. It's brought heaps of people to Melbourne.
Actually, I don't know. I could check. I would
What?
expect one of these aircraft to be flying at the air show
Really?
because it's an aircraft which Australia.
Don't prove me
It
wrong.
is
I said
using-
they are. I said they
Oh,
are.
did it?
Yep, unquantifiable. I thought I heard one. I'm pretty sure I did.
Really?
The F-35
The noise
has
was
a
exactly
really,
that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You've been YouTubing it to get the noise,
F-35 sounds so distinct and unique.
and the version 8 even better.
Yeah. sure.
Not sure about the version
Not-
name, but
not sure.
only F35.
No.
No.
I wouldn't know. Let's jump in and have a look. So this is a brand new kit from Tamiya.
Yes.
Where's my model? What are you doing, Paige?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to
Come on.
find out, but I couldn't find out.
Just
You
playing
are the
on Facebook,
model.
I think.
You are the model expert. Let's go to Overhead
All right.
Town.
All right. So when this was first released, as in announced, a lot of people poo-pooed the idea because everyone just thought it was going to be an Italeri kit being reboxed by Tamiya, because Tamiya do that sometimes, and they did that previously with the 32nd scale one.
Yep.
But it's actually all brand new molds.
All.
And
Brand-
it's really impressive.
It is.
And
It's
I
pure
would say
Tamiya.
they've used all brand new technology in this.
Now, we've done an unboxing video already,
Yes.
which should come out very soon.
Yes.
And as we're doing that, looking at the molding, you can definitely
Yes.
see that the technology that they employed here is definitely latest and greatest, really.
Even with this
That's right.
like perimeter sprue and stuff,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
see that they've
To
used
protect
different
it.
slide
Yes.
molds and to protect
Yeah.
the actual
Absolutely.
casting.
So the major part with these is I guess this is the texture, which is
Yeah.
actually on the surface of the F35.
Here we go.
So
Yeah.
And you actually went as far as to complain that it doesn't have rivets.
Have we ordered
Yeah,
some?
well, I
And
guess
I said, mate, technology has moved on since the 1940s, and the modern
yes.
planes don't have it. We've moved past that
All
now.
right,
They
I
just
know that
have-
now.
They
I
have
know
a
that
bit of
now.
gaffer tape and seam sealer.
Yes. But you see how it's got all those seals right across
Yeah.
the panels. So that's to reduce its signature from
Visibility.
that's right
Visibility,
radar.
Yeah.
And on some of the other kits, so Meng's kit was considered one of the best kits before this came out, but there was a complaint that all that tape was too deep in detail. It was too thick. Didn't look right. And when you look at this, it's actually
Very fine.
It's pronounced, but it is very fine.
Very fun.
So it's fine enough that you can put a wash on it and really get that
Yeah.
depth,
Yes,
Definitely.
but not chunky enough that it just looks silly.
that's right. So
Yeah.
we've got the bottom
The
part.
bottom. Yeah.
Look
I
at
mean, that
mold.
is amazing how
That
that's
is-
molded too.
It's on different levels. Like,
Yes.
it's really, really impressive.
So-
Big pieces too, by the way.
That's right. So
Yeah.
perimeter again
Yeah.
with the sprue. That'll help keep its shape as well while it's cooling. And then you have all this reinforcement in the centers here
Yeah,
for covering the weapon stores.
True.
So this is a stealth fighter attack aircraft. So in the stealth mode, they have all the stores hidden away. So they'll be underneath all those panels.
Now, this is my favorite part.
Is it?
Well, I don't know what part is this one,
So
but
they're the air intakes
Right.
to drive the air from the front into
Right.
the jet engine.
right. And in my opinion, this is the molding of this
Yes.
is something really complicated.
It is.
And this part even probably more actually.
Yes.
Just because
So
of
it's
depth.
two-piece.
The depth, yeah.
So it's two-piece, and it actually, I mean, they're quite fine when you look through them.
Yeah.
But they've designed it so that when you see through them, you will see some of this turbine detail
Yes.
rail. So that seals the end of these intakes.
So the detail by having such a complex, I guess, shape and mold it's really the next level after all.
Yes.
And even in here you can see the texture. I don't know if you can get.
Yeah. So that's inside the jet engine tube.
Well, what's the best way to go?
Yeah, that'll probably do.
So just in here, there's a
Yeah.
texture as well. So again,
Yeah.
once you do your painting and your weathering and your panel lining, this will come up
That's right.
very nicely.
Yes, absolutely. Really crisp molds.
Definitely.
So they've designed this. This is another really impressive molding part there.
It's really
Yes.
tight there. Which is good. What are you doing now?
I don't know. What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Zoom out a bit.
There we go. So this one, it's caged effectively.
Yeah, that's right.
It's got the structure all around to
Yes.
protect the parts,
Yes.
and I guess to maintain the shape too, because this is very 3D.
Yes.
And once they start cooling down, specifically this section here could potentially
Shrink and warp.
shrink
huh?
and warp.
Yes, that's
Exactly.
right.
And so having all these supports and injection ports, that does help.
And
That
it
side of
allows them
things.
to make that really fine detail, and it's not chunky. It's a really
Exactly.
fine model kit.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
can,
absolutely.
and I bet it absolutely assembles 100%.
Spot on.
So they've designed it in sub-assemblies. So once you build up, there's like the cockpit area with the undercarriage, and then you have the engine section, and then the reinforcement part.
And the texture and the depth in this mold.
Yes,
This one is, I guess, another key part.
it is. So this is the part which I like all the complexities in the model, and this is where all the complexity is being put. all these fine parts here. These are all the hinges for the opening panels for the doors, and this is where you'll have the missiles and the bombs. There's so much piping and wiring that's in there. It is simply unbelievable.
It's virtually a label that normally you get with a resin, actually.
Yes,
And
it
it's
looks
very
like-
rare
Yes,
to get the fine wiring or piping
yes,
with injection molding.
yes. Very sharp.
Very sharp and very defined. So if you see the Cromlech models, they have such a fine level, but that's a resin model.
That's
Different,
right.
Very different.
Yeah.
That comes to the pilot too, I can see.
As a pilot,
Okay, so this
Okay.
pilot,
headless.
this chunky bit's also got this really ingenious bulkhead here. So this doesn't really have much to do with the detail. There is some wiring detail under here, but it's primarily designed to add strength and rigidity to the model.
Right. I can see. Yeah.
So it goes between the top and the bottom of the fuselage.
Yeah.
So it stops it from actually getting crushed in.
Wow.
Yeah, and also maintains the wings so they don't warp.
Okay, so we see all the details on the actual unboxing, but
Yes,
you've got the wheels, so your pilot here.
yes,
And we've got smoked glass.
that's right.
And that
Smoke
is
clear.
another new thing, absolutely. Or at
You can
least new
see
for me.
here.
Yeah.
That's the clear and that's
Yeah.
the smoke.
Yes, because the canopies on these aircraft are all tinted, and
How do they see at night?
Blue lights.
They're,
Lights,
they're
of
lightly
course.
tinted. So having it done from the factory makes it a lot easier. It's much more even. There's less chance of anything happening because spraying clear parts, all you need is one piece of dust in it,
That's it.
and then that's it. You can't clean off. You sand it, and then you have to respray it.
And then even to give it a consistency of this level,
Yes,
it's really takes, some skills and some expertise and experience, really,
absolutely.
and patience,
Yes.
after all.
So you might notice that it actually comes with two canopies.
Yes.
Okay, so some people are saying, "Oh, you get a spare." The idea here is you actually get two frames for the canopy. So one is set up to be closed version, and the other one is open. So you can quite easily interchange between these after you finish building the model.
Oh,
Really? After
Right.
you finish building it?
So they're very clever with the fitting mechanism for the open canopy. It's a very chunky bulkhead that it slides inside. So it's not a thin bit of plastic that can easily be broken. So you just pull it in and out. Really good.
And anyway, a few more bits.
Yep. Lots and lots of manuals here because they give you all the insignia for, I think it's nine different
Wow.
air forces.
Wow.
So there's a sheet for each one of those to tell you how to place all the decals.
I would make them.
So it's got the
A
Australian
mixture.
decals included.
I would make a mixture.
So this is
Australian decals.
mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with Australian decals.
I would make a French Belgian plan or something.
Would you?
French version. I think it will
Like
work
a
very well.
waffle- Like a waffle.
So huge value after all. Let's see if we can.
It is. It's not any like
You want to
more.
go through the instructions?
No.
No,
It's
it'll be
really,
here for
really
days.
thick.
You
Yeah,
can-
I saw that.
So wait for the open boxing because I spent quite a bit of time showing you all the bits.
That's it. And that is all for the with the lid.
Yep.
So you have it for the F-35.
The F-35A
So that was
Lightning.
something new, and here is something old. So these have come back. These haven't been around for maybe
Sometime.
3 years. I
Yeah,
think.
all 30 seconds. The 30-second scale?
No,
48.
48.
48. Oh,
But
right,
it's a
right.
massive
So-
48
Yes,
because
yes,
it's
yes.
a
So
bomber.
that was the best Lancaster until this one came out. And so these have just come back as well. So you got your choices. You can either go old school or you can go brand new style with all the interior detail.
Which exactly I was going to say that is actually a different experience because that's a
That's right.
traditional Tamiya with
That's
a
right.
nice fitting and all that, but
Yes,
these guys have a different level of detail.
that's
with
right. So more
interiors and all
bits,
that.
more complicated.
Yeah.
This one, also some people like it because this comes with a crew. This
The
one
crew
does
as
not-
well?
this one does not come with a crew.
Okay.
So classic, nice
How many
kit,
people does it take to fly this?
a pilot. I think.
Could be wrong.
Won't know where he's going
No?
because they also have
So
a
how
navigator, I
many,
think.
how many crew does it come with? That's what I want to know.
Oh, doesn't it show you on the side? Maybe
No.
4?
Oh,
5? Tail gunner, bombardier, navigator.
Bombardier. There you go.
Well,
Wow.
you need someone to drop the bombs.
That's it.
So there you go. You got choices.
Very good.
I didn't know they could train deers to do that.
Diaz can
Oh,
do anything.
that was great. Always
Very
makes
good.
it nice and lighthearted.
There's nothing like deathly walking machines. is there?
I think we must have this by now.
What's the weight?
What's the weight?
I just hope that my scale.
It's
Oh,
all wrong.
someone's got it. Someone's got it.
Has it who?
Someone's got it.
Who's the winner of the week?
Now it's going to come up with a different weight
Yeah,
because I
gotta
touched
come
it
with
too
it.
much.
Is that it? 122.
No,
That's it. We'll see.
Oh, isn't it?
no,
Oh, I lost 1 gram.
Was it
No.
122?
no, it's 121. It's always been 121.
Oh, really? Well, that's closest anyway.
See, 121.
121?
Is it?
121.
Yeah, can confirm. I'm glad it didn't
All right.
change. Oh, it's going to get something else.
A bit of dust. You never know.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I want to know whether we've got the stand. Well, it is
No.
with the stand because
No,
we
the
weren't going to
deal,
take
the
it off.
deal was that weight with the stand, wasn't it?
That's right. That's exactly right. Nah, thank you for all your interaction, guys. It's really good.
This is
you
actually really nice.
know, isn't it?
Yeah, this is from Road Rages, right?
Road Rages, yeah.
Yeah.
Australian diecast.
Actually, really heavy. Because often this model can be a bit light.
They do a really good job, don't they?
Very nice.
Yep. So let's go on your HO scale stuff.
Yeah,
So they do
Australian.
HO scale Australian cars
Yeah.
that we've had on a few
Yeah.
times.
Hmm.
So if you're doing obviously your Aussie Railway,
Yeah.
you can have Aussie cars. You don't just have to have
It's
marinas and stuff like that, Leyland marinas and
It's
minis
really good.
and Range Rovers.
That's
yeah,
right.
we are having so many, new, releases of Australian trains.
Yeah, well,
And-
last week we showed all the rolling stuff
That's
that
right.
we had.
That's right.
All that.
And it's becoming very prominent now. So far we had lots of Oxford to represent the British, and that goes with the Hornby and the Bachmann. And now with this influx of Australian rolling stock and locomotives and all that, it would be nice to see some buildings coming as well. A few years back, Bachmann did an Australian station and an Australian house
Yes.
in HO scale, because everything else tend to be double O.
Yes.
And very British,
Yes.
or HO, but more either American or European. So let's see someone start making some buildings actually.
It's good
Well,
stuff.
there's plenty of people in trains, and it's fantastic.
That's right.
To see.
I really like
you
the
know.
grill. Grill's been
That's right.
done really well.
All right, guys.
That's
Excellent.
about it,
I
isn't
think
it?
we
I
should
think that's it. Wrap
stick
it
a
up.
fork in episode 145 and call it done.
That's it.
Anthony says we said higher than 125. And we said, well, sorry.
I'm
Did
sorry.
we? So it's between 120 and 125.
At one point.
Yeah. But so good. I think Anthony got it anyway, didn't he? Oh, no. Dave got it because it was the closest.
Oh, no.
Well done, everyone. That was fun.
Thank you for
Right.
your participation. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
watching, guys. Please join us next week. Check out our socials in the meantime. Check out our YouTube.
Yes.
Have some fun modeling, and we'll see you next week.
And
That's it.
if there is a BBX on Sunday, we may do a quick live.
We'll see.
We'll see if
That's
there
right.
is. So
We'll do a sneaky live. I'll
I
run,
think so.
and you can be
that's it.
See you
We'll
run
see.
around.
while I'm licking it.
Oh,
If I lick it, it's mine.
that's it. I agree. Okay. All right. Very
All right,
good.
On that note.
All right.
Good luck
Thank you
to
everyone for
everybody
watching.
at
See you next
AFC.
time. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.